Joining us now from the Gee and Ursula Show, which is coming up from 9 to noon here on KIRO Newsradio. Gee, a little fired up this morning. You texted producer David saying, got to talk about the Trump speech. So I'm putting my blast shield up, and I'm interested in what you had to think of the president's speech last night.
I want to start off in a calm way.
Okay, good.
And the reason why is because every time that I would talk to my dad, by the way, it was the same. I was the one that was screaming, yelling, emotional about this, and he'd always say, "Champ, take the hate out of your voice," and all those kind of things. So I'm going to start off with a saying. It's something that you probably have heard before. He'd say to me, "Champ, if you fight with a pig, and even if you win, you still get dirty," right? Last night, I thought that the Democrats had an opportunity to let everyone in the world, as Donald Trump addressed the joint session of Congress, and had an opportunity to just allow Trump to fall on his face. But instead, the reason why 60+% of people that watch that address are favorable of it is because the Democrats at that time, your actions were losing actions. Your actions were jumping in the mud and wrestling with that pig. If you are going to go to the address, Democrats, then go. You go there, sit there, have some decorum about you, right? If you want to stand up and you want to, Al Green, you want to protest, and you want to say these things, you want to point your cane, you want to do those things, okay, you accept your punishment, you leave. But for Democrats to sit there with signs, that's what it looked like to me. A bunch of grade school kids. I expect Donald Trump to lie. Donald Trump lied throughout the entire thing. As a matter of fact, the speech was an hour and 40 minutes of a cultural war speech. The reason why Donald Trump is in office today, because the majority of Americans were worried and are still worried about the economy. Donald Trump spent a fraction of time talking about the tariffs, talking about the farmers and what you'll deal with. You want to know why? Because he has no plan for that. And he made it a point to talk about DEI, critical race theory. I have freedom of speech, which, by the way, he kicked out the AP writers who don't agree with him. So my point that I'm going to say is this. And for anybody that says, well, gee, you don't have anything good to say about Donald Trump. Here's the one thing I will say about Donald Trump. Here's the one thing that he did extremely well. For an hour and 40 minutes, that dude was performing. That dude had energy. That dude would not quit. He was phenomenal in that way. And another thing that he did very well was when he went to praise and give the 13-year-old, the cancer survivor, and let it be known that he was going to be a junior Secret Service member and all those things. Let me tell you what Donald Trump did. He did that because a part of him knew that the Democrats wouldn't stand. Now, see, if you're going to be in a room and you're going to be in that moment, you can't get caught with your pants down. And you got caught with your pants down when you didn't stand. Because all you did is you made everybody talking about that. But most people that's listening right now, in all totality, you're just talking about this on social media, or you might be listening to G. But the real thing is, you worried about them tariffs. You worried about if you buy that Ford F-150 and you know that the body is made in America and the engine is made in Canada. So again, the Democrats losing strategy, because today we're talking about some of the dumb, immature stuff that you did instead of what Americans really need to be talking about. Shout out to Aliska Slotkin because she was amazing.